Alright, today everybody's gonna be kung fu fighting, and in fact it might be a little bit frightening. Or we might just be walking through an affluent Seattle neighborhood and into this here park. We are currently entering Volunteer Park, which sounds like a place for unemployed valet drivers, but it's not. Well, it's kind of all connected, but in the south here, it's Volunteer Park. As we walk a little farther north, we will end up heading into Lakeview Cemetery, which is where Bruce Lee is buried. And north of that is another cemetery called the Grand Army of the Republic Cemetery, which is a burial ground for former Union Army soldiers who fought in the Civil War. We will not be seeing that today, but I do recommend giving it a visit if you come this way. Well, now we're coming up on the children's playground. And as I've always said, what's more fun for a kid than playing right next to a cemetery? Why, here's Lakeview Cemetery, just behind that fence. And look at this fancy bathroom here. It's a story of Hansel and Gretel and a urinal. We are on our way to Lakeview Cemetery, but first, let's take a peek at Volunteer Park Conservatory. Because who doesn't want to see flora and fauna? I know I wanna. And here's a statue of William Henry Seward, who is a governor from New York who helped purchase Alaska. So why not put it in the middle of a Seattle park? I guess one of the greatest things about this park, though, is that you can come here and enjoy the relaxing sounds of a barbershop right in the middle of trees. How delightful. Alright, one more peek at the conservatory, and then on our way to Lakeview Cemetery. And we've made it to Lakeview Cemetery, the final resting place of Hollywood legend Bruce Lee, the movie star, the martial artist, and the founder of Jeet Kune Do. And buried right next to him is his son Brandon, who was also an actor and made several Hollywood movies. This is not a new cemetery. People are buried here as far back as well into the 1800s.
Scott. Daily. Born January 1835. Died January 1895. Shriner, that's a big one. You can see Lake Union off over in the distance over there. Puget Sound would be off that way. We should be coming up to Bruce and Brandon's grave right now. Looks like this little walkway should be it. This is the back side of it. You can see around you here graves in all directions. Captain J.D. Howell. Perished on a steamship in the Pacific. And he's buried right next to Bruce Lee, or I guess Bruce Lee is buried right next to him since he died quite a long time before Bruce did. Charles A. Dodge. Here, in memory of P.J. Malone, born July 26, 1837. Husband and father, son and brother, you were always with us, Linda and Shannon.
That is, of course, Bruce's wife and daughter, and Brandon's mother and sister. Now, Bruce Lee was actually born in America, while his father was a Chinese opera singer, and he was touring in America with Bruce's mother while she was pregnant. He attended the University of Washington right here in Seattle, and that is where he met his wife, Linda. Both Bruce and Brandon died incredibly young. Bruce just 32 years old, and Brandon even younger at 28 years old.
Inspiration continues to guide us towards our personal liberation. Here we are, Bruce Lee, November 27th, 1940 to July 20th, 1973, founder of Jeet Kune Do. died very young. As you can sit on this bench here. Go ahead. Wait, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I think that about does it for this video. From Bruce Lee's grave in Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, Washington. I'll see you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Have a good one.
Wadsworth.